Yeah, all right, caught that one. Coming in for 600. Here we go, OE Defense 2311 Pro Elite. Where's that 2311? There it is. I forgot to mention yesterday after the commenter, Shawnee21, had told me all his stories about his 2311, thanking him for that, what actually took place. Now, he's shot over 2,000 rounds through his. Same problems happened. He sent one back, one 2311 back. They sent him another one, and the same issue persisted with that model as well. He also mentioned a lot of other gun tubers that have had the same problems, and they, give their commentary. How I haven't seen it, I'll have to go check it out. But excuse me, mine will be another body of work that demonstrates the issues that the community has been having with the platform since 2023, since it came out, 2023, 2024. And this is why I do it. This is why I do my long 10 episode, 1,000 round a piece. You're not going to have, the same result as some of the firearms, but this was a good example. This is a good example of why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I can document, right, real time. You can see, and it's just mostly for my edification, but if anybody else wants to check it, they can see, oh yeah, he actually did show him shooting these 1,000 rounds through the 10 episodes. Again, not taking anything away from anybody else, because they've been shooting longer than me, or they have, more of a platform to speak on. And I'm just doing what I wanted to do when I started this. And again, everybody else was an inspiration to me to do what I am doing now. And it's just another witness, another part of the community to talk about this hobby that we love and try out some of the firearms. And that's what I'll continue to do. And the value that I bring is exactly what everybody else has been bringing. It's just another take, another opinion, I suppose, and just support for everybody to participate in and to give their input. Now, hold on one second. I will share with you a Stoic quote, because today is Monday. If you're watching this out of turn, I do want to let you know today is Monday, and we're going to do a Stoic quote to help us on this journey. So, because dealing with this 2311 right now, it is frustrating, and I do not have the best responses for every single malfunction that happens. You haven't seen it yet, but you will. And I do apologize in advance for that. But a lot of what I practice is part of that stoicism. And this one that I'll mention is from Epictetus. And it talks about choice, in that some things are in our control and others not. Things in our control are opinion, pursuit, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever our own actions. So basically, you have control over what you think of what happens. I can easily just be like, man, screw this gun, I'll just toss it across the field, which, sometimes I feel like doing that, and I do have some moments, lapses in my emotion. But at the end of the day, overall, I have to look at it as, well, I'm not in the corporate office, I'm not part of the founding personnel. I don't know what decisions need to be made or what decisions they made, right? They moved from Dayton, they moved to North Carolina from Nevada. And so these choices that other people make, I have no idea. And it's not up to me. It's not up to us. It's not up to us to decide or to react out of those choices or those things that are out of our control. We are only in control of what we are in control of, and Epictetus said it very well. We have that ability, and whatever our own actions are is what we have dominion over. So let's make it the best one. And we're human, so we're going to make mistakes, and we're going to trip over our feet a little bit, but the best we can, let's make not the right choice, but let's make a good choice in not trying to step out of bounds of only what we can control. So it's something for all of us to practice, and we can all get emotional, and it's definitely just part of human nature. But that's the quote for this week. Anything that happens to you, think about how you're going to react. Think about what you're in control of, rather than letting those emotions consume you and trying to piss you off with the things that you don't have any idea about. I don't know what's going on with these guys at OA Defense. I'd like to think that they're doing their best. They're doing their darndest to make their best product, and I can speak about the experience that I'm having and look at the experience that other people had in the community and say, hey, I've had the same thing. Hope they get it right. On to the next. Let's get all these other ones shot, and then, make the assessment there, from there on forward. And anyway, okay, enjoy. We'll see you in the outro. Thank you so much again, Shawnee21, for giving me that witness, and we'll see you in the end.
This video is intended for educational and informational purposes only. All firearm handling shown is performed by trained individuals in a controlled environment. Always follow the 4 rules of gun safety. Number 1, treat your firearm as if it's loaded. Number 2, never point a firearm at anything you do not intend to destroy. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Number 4, be sure of your target and where it's beyond it. Comply with all local, state, and federal laws regarding firearms. Do not attempt to replicate any actions seen in this video without proper training and safety measures. The creators assume no liability for misuse or unsafe practices.
Hello, you. Welcome back here to the Pew, here for the 1,000-round review series of the OA Defense 2311 Pro Elite. This is round 600 with the 2311 Pro Elite. And today we have factory 124 grain from PMC Ammunition, full metal jacket. Boy, I tell you, if this stuff doesn't work, I don't know what to tell you. I'll tell you, I don't know what to tell you. It is a puzzler, and I am super bummed if this thing gives me any failures to extract, whether it's a stovepipe or brass in the barrel. No failures to feed, just failures to extract. But that's enough. That's enough to write home and say, I don't want it. Using Blackhawk mag caddy, We the People mag pouch, and another We the People mag pouch. We're going to be using our Condor thigh rig today, like so, punching out to a yardage of 13.6 for the tree, 16 for the yellow silhouette, and another 22 for the orange silhouette per normal. Thank you so much for being here. I know this has been quite a roller coaster, and I'm glad that I get to show this real time. It's a little windy today, so please excuse the wibbly wobbly cameras and my allergies. But I like it because I get to show all the things that have been going wrong with it. And I've lubed it. I lubed it with EWL. One time after the guest shooter shot the first 100, I lubed it and have not touched it since. Haven't run a bore snake through it or anything. It just let it go, let it run. And it ran at least 3 magazines all the way through yesterday. So let's see what it does today. We'll say the sight acquisition is fast, trigger pull is magnificent. Everything about it has been smooth and wonderful, aside from the fact that it's not. So there's that whole thing. But let's try doing 20 yards, see where we're working with, where we're at, and then go on from there with whatever comes up. Okay, that ran smooth. Let's do the humble tree. 2 out of 5. Failure to feed. That happened maybe once or twice with the reloads. Failure to feed, battery. Okay, go over to the failure to feed. Two failures to feed. Battery. Okay, this is new. Before, with the reloads, it was failure to extract. Now it's failures to feed. Oops. All right, well, if it's one thing, it's the other, right? Okay, last 50, let's see what it does. It likes the factory rounds for extraction, but does not like the factory rounds for feeding. All right. Failure to extract. Yeah, I'm lost, man. This sucks. Okay, that was a good mag. Failure to feed. Battery, I guess you'd say. Try that again. Jeez, come on. What's happening? Failure to feed? Yep. Oh, yeah, safety. Just feels so good in your hand, and yet it takes a dump when it's in your hand. Well, I've got evidence, I've got proof, and you know, you don't see me what I'm doing outside of the video shoot here, but I can tell you I'm not touching it. I mean, I am admiring the craftsmanship of the firearm and all its little details, but I'm not shooting it or anything, and it just takes the wind right out of your sails, even though it's blowing like crazy. All right, well, that was factory. I'll go get some factory 147. I have 147 reloads from Supervel, but I'll go get factory loads from, you know, wherever, and see what it does. Gosh, such a pain in the butt. Okay, yeah, if you have a 2311, let me know what you're experiencing, and hopefully yours has been better than mine, because I want the company and the gun to succeed. Oy. All right, stay tuned for 700 coming up, and make sure you stay for the outro. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you are here. Please don't skip these videos all the way to the end. See what happens, but make sure you aim for center mass, pick up your brass, wash your ass, say hi to your mom for me. Deep breath. Woosah. Didn't have the issues of failure to extract, but it had failures to feed. I don't know. So, very weird. Very weird. Johnny21 also mentioned that these were all the same. These were the same malfunctions, failure to feed, failure to extract, as his and others. So I don't think there's any correlation with the factory or reloaded ammo. It's just, it is what it is. Also, I misspoke, and I said that this didn't have any failures to feed. It did. It just wasn't as many as the failures to extract. It had stovepipes, which meant the spring, I guess, was too quick coming back. Not sure. Anyway, yeah, that was that. So let's come back for 700 and see how we do. We're getting close. We're getting close. I am thinking about my reactions to it as I'm going through it. Also, how I feel at the very end. And it's easy for any of us to be like, man, F this thing, it's a piece of crap. They should have done their due diligence. Yeah, it's true. That's true, right? But also, I don't know. I don't know what was going on. They put this out. They have a lot of good things going for it, and there's a lot of positives, but it's just not ready for prime time. And it's that simple. There's nothing else to it. We don't have to get into name calling or what do you call it, mudslinging and all the other great stuff that it just doesn't behoove anybody to get into that stuff. We can choose not to feel a certain way. Look at it objectively for what it is, and then, like I said, on to the next. So it just didn't perform. And yep, I can think about, man, I spent so much money, spent so much time doing this, but that's my prerogative, and I think that that's also my purpose and value that I bring. So, well, among other things, right? Everybody's going to have their own opinion of what value we all attribute and contribute to each other and the platform, but I'd like to think that it's something of that nature for myself. Anyway, okay, 700, we have 300, well, 400 to go, plus that 700, and excuse me, and yeah, thank you all for your comments. Thank you for everybody for coming in and giving me a lot of input with all the different firearms. It's extremely helpful, and I'm very happy to be here, to be all participating with everybody. So I'm just like I am like everybody else. I'm not just like everybody else. I am everybody else. We're all in this as a collective. All right. Like, subscribe, comment, recommend, all that jazz. Not in that particular order. I'm thinking of anything else that I may have missed. I don't think so. I mean, when it shot great. You know, I'll just make mention of that again. It's just such a wonderfully handled firearm, and it's just wonderful to hang on to. If you've never held on to it, don't buy it, but definitely take it off the rack and put it in your hands. And you can see that they spend a good amount of time, or they just knew what would work and what they would like to see in a firearm. So good on OA Defense for that. Just take it back to the drawing board. Take it back to the drawing board, and let's make this even better. I believe in you guys. All right. We'll catch you tomorrow. 照顾好自己，注意安全。